Hello everyone and welcome back to the Solo Gamers Club. Tonight we're going to be continuing with our playthrough of A Touch of Evil 10-year anniversary edition versus the Shadow Witch. I had one oversight during the first turn of the game, and that's involving the Shadow Witch's Guilty Shall Pay ability. Upon a closer examination of the clarifications and frequently asked questions on the back of the card, it says that during a cooperative game, whenever the murder is played in the cooperative game, instead of automatically triggering the Guilty Shall Pay ability, we roll a d6. And on a 4, 5, or 6, we would activate that Guilty Shall Pay as normal. However, on a roll of 1, 2, or 3, instead we would immediately move Solomon along the shortest route to the location of the murder. And this is treated as an extra move for Solomon. So that would actually make our lives a little bit easier by employing that clarification to that ability for the Shadow Witch. That's quite harsh for us in that whenever that Guilty Shall Pay ability is activated, our elders take transformation markers, potentially. And when those transformation markers equal the number of their spirit, it kills them. So we actually could have utilized this during the first turn. I'm going to let that go though, but in the future we will be making that d6 roll to determine whether it will indeed be the Guilty Shall Pay or Solomon will be moving. All right, our first player is going to be Frederick Leon, and his clue location is the beach. He's currently at the abandoned keep, and he's in the same space as Solomon. Now, Solomon's abilities only activate when he enters the space with a hero. If a hero begins the turn in the same space with Solomon, there's no effect other than the hero has -1 fight dice for any combats that would occur while Solomon is present. But we can enter his space and there's no adverse effects to it. The adverse effects only happen when he moves into our space. All right. Frederick Leon is at the abandoned keep. We're going to have him roll for movement. Okay, his roll is a 6. All right, we have the option of using the 6 movement points, or we can spend 1 investigation token and utilize the secret passage which connects the abandoned keep to the Smuggler's Cove location on the coast board. And I think that's what we're going to do. So Frederick is going to pay 1 investigation token, and he's going to move directly to the Smuggler's Cove. So Frederick has arrived at Smuggler's Cove. He's attempting to make his way towards the beach and attempt to acquire a clue token. He's going to begin his action phase in Smuggler's Cove by drawing a Smuggler's Cove card. That card is revealed to be a Smuggler's Blade, item, hand weapon. Once per fight round, you may either force your opponent to re-roll one of their fight dice rolls, or you may re-roll any number of your fight dice rolls. That's very powerful. The flavor text reads, "A fine weapon for a scoundrel." All right, we'll add that to Frederick Leon's tableau. And I think Frederick is going to end his turn there, and we'll move on to Heinrich Cartwright, the Drifter. He is on the road space just south of the inn. Heinrich has 2 wounds following his encounter with the living trees at the inn. And Heinrich is attempting to get to the abandoned keep where he can search for clues. So we'll have him do a move roll. Okay, his roll is a 5, so he's got 5 movement points that he can use. All right. I think Heinrich is going to move through the bog. And he'll pick up that investigation token. That'll be his 3rd. And he'll continue his move. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And he'll move to the covered bridge. Now, that's a dangerous location, but Heinrich has that ability, Resourceful. When drawing an event card, you may draw 2 and choose which to keep, discarding the other. So if we are able to acquire a event card there, it'll be allow him 2 draws, and that might be able to have him get a very good event card. All right, Heinrich has arrived at the covered bridge, and this is a dangerous location. And it says here we have to roll a d6. On a 3 or greater, we get to draw an event. However, on a 1 or 2, we're going to have to resolve a mystery card, so that's the risk in this. Here's the roll. We rolled a 5. So we're going to be able to draw an event card, and with Heinrich's resourceful ability, he's going to be able to draw 2 cards, and we can pick which one of those we want to keep. That's great. All right, the 2 events are militia. Event militia, play immediately. Place a militia marker on any named space on the board. Limit 1 militia per space. And that reads, stand fast, men. Watch for anything unnatural. The second card is clandestine meeting. Event, play immediately. Choose a town elder and place their marker on the board in any empty space. The next time a hero ends their move in the space with the elder, remove him from the board, and the hero gains d6 investigation. If a 1 is rolled for the amount of investigation, also add a secret to that elder. If a 6 is rolled, also add a resolve token to that elder. While on the board, the town elder may not join the hunting party. Well, both cards are good. I think we're going to use the militia card, and that'll allow us to place a militia token on the board. And I think we're going to place that militia token at the inn. We have a living tree that is at that location, and the militia will help anyone that chooses to want to try to combat that creature that's there. The inn is a pretty valuable location because it allows us to gain investigation or heal wounds before we encounter the space. So I think we'll place the militia token there. And I think we'll end Heinrich's turn there. He has 4 investigation, but that abandoned keep card that he has is going to require 3 investigation in order to obtain a clue. And I think what we'll try to do is, Heinrich currently has 2 wounds. I think while we're making our way towards the abandoned keep, we can have Heinrich stop off at the doctor's office, and he can heal those wounds for 1 investigation each. So we'll see if we can do that, or at least one of them. All right, Abigail Stern is up next. She currently is at the road space just south of the manor, and we're attempting to get her to the North Dock by way of the manor and the secret passage to the monastery. And here's Abigail's roll for move. And she rolls a 5. Okay, that's more than enough movement points to get to the manor, so we will move her 1 movement point into the manor, and she's going to encounter the space. There's no enemies there, and we'll see what she can find. And she finds a night terror. Oh no. Minion, beast, demon. It's just the wind. It's just the wind. It has 3 fight dice and 2 wound boxes. It says, if not defeated in the first fight round, Night Terror steals one of your allies, discard your choice, and disappears, ending the fight. If defeated, gain 4 investigation. All right, in order to defeat the Night Terror, Abigail has to get 2 hits. It has 2 wound boxes, otherwise it's going to go away. Now, Abigail has no allies for the Night Terror to steal, so that's a good thing. It'll be rolling 3 dice, and we'll be rolling 2 for Abigail's combat ability. Here's the roll. And believe it or not, Abigail actually did slay the Night Terror. She's got 2 hits. The Night Terror ended up doing 1 wound to her, but she defeated the Night Terror, and that's going to earn her 4 investigation tokens, which is outstanding. So Abigail's going to take a wound, but the Night Terror is defeated. So we'll remove that from the board. And we're going to give her 4 investigation. So that's going to move Abigail up to 6 investigation tokens, but she's used up 1 of her 3 health boxes. I think we're going to end Abigail's turn there at the manor, and we'll move on to Isabella von Tuch, the noblewoman, and she's at the road space just to the east of the abandoned keep. Now, Isabella took 1 wound in that encounter she had with the Spectre during the previous turn. Right now she's on the road space just to the east of the abandoned keep, so we'll have her do a move roll and we'll see what's going to happen. And here's her roll. Okay, she's rolled a 4, so she's got 4 movement points available. And she has a couple of options. We could have her continue on to the abandoned keep. However, Solomon is there, which he's going to be giving her a -1 to her combat, to her fight dice, which would not be good if we do get into another encounter. Her other option would be to go to the doctor's office, and she could heal that wound that she does have. That would be another option. I think that's the safest play, and we can also gain an event card there. So I think we'll do that. We'll have her move the 2 spaces to the doctor's office, and she'll be able to draw an event there. And she draws the event party invitation. Play immediately. Play this card on any hero. That hero may now carry 1 additional card from either the manor or the windmill remains in play. All right, well, I think we'll play that on Isabella. She can gain, by having more items or allies or investigation, she can utilize her manipulation ability where she can discard any one of those to prevent a wound. So I think we'll play that on her. And next up, we can utilize the services of the doctor and use his heal ability, heal wounds for 1 investigation. So we're going to have her pay 1 investigation, and that will heal the wound that she's taken from that encounter with the Spectre. That's going to leave Isabella with 2 investigation tokens, and I think we're going to end her turn there, and we're going to move on to the dreaded mystery phase. And we begin the mystery phase by activating Solomon. He's currently at the abandoned keep. We're going to draw a layer card, and he's going to move to the most direct route to that location. Let's see what the card is. He's moving to the shipwreck. All right. So he's going to take the most direct route to the shipwreck. So the most direct route would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the crossroads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the crossroads. So Solomon is going to take that southerly path to the crossroads, and he's going to continue his move. He'll continue his move across the Echo Lake board until he finally gets to the coast board. And from there we'll see what the shortest path is to the shipwreck. Now incidentally, enemies do not pay the movement cost of these water paths. They can use those for movement at a cost of only 1 movement point. So when we're making our calculations, we'll see what the closest path is. I think it's going to be through the beach. 1, 2, 3, and 4 to the shipwreck. I don't think we're going to get it any quicker than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. So it'll go through the beach, through the icy waters, and he arrives at the shipwreck. So he hasn't impacted anyone during that move, which is good for us. Next up is going to be our Advanced Cooperative Mystery Phase chart roll. Here is the roll. The roll is a 7, and that's Surge of Evil. Roll once on the villain's minion chart and work out the result. If it is a minion or the villain attacks, draw a random location for placement. All right. And here's the roll on the minion chart. The roll is a 5, and that's a Shadow Witch attack. That's an event. And that reads, the villain attacks. The hero must immediately resolve a single fight round with the villain, instead of causing wounds. Each hit done to the villain gains 1 investigation for the hero. This does not count as a showdown. If there are no heroes in the space, instead place 2 investigation there, and the shadow track moves 1 step closer to darkness. All right. Well, we're going to have to draw a layer card and find out where this occurs. The Surge of Evil card said that we need to draw a location card. So if the Shadow Witch the location ends up to be that of a investigator, we'll have to fight that 1 fight round with the villain. Okay, the layer card is determined to be at the doctor's office. Oh no. And that's where Isabella Von Took is. So we're going to fight a fight round against the Shadow Witch. She has a combat value of 4, so she's going to gain 4 dice for that. She also gains an additional die because of her Spectre ability. The Shadow Witch gains +1 combat against any hero with less than Spirit 4. Well, unfortunately, Isabella only has Spirit 3. All right, so she'll be rolling 5 dice for this round. Isabella has a combat value of 3, so she'll be getting 3 combat dice, 3 fight dice. Now she has that manipulation ability. If we need to, we can spend investigation, items, or allies to cancel wounds. So here is the attack from the Shadow Witch. All right. Well, Isabella did 1 hit. The Shadow Witch has done 2 hits. All right. So by getting that 1 hit on the Shadow Witch, that is going to earn Isabella a investigation token. Now she has to take 2 wounds, and that would KO her. She only has 2 health. So I think what we'll do, she's going to spend 1 to cancel, using her manipulation ability, cancel 1 of those wounds, and she will take 1 wound. And this way we'll preserve our investigation tokens for travel, where we can hopefully move through the abandoned keep and move on to the icy waters. We'll try that. So that is going to end that encounter. We'll place the hit on her card. The Shadow Witch will go away following her attack. And the next step is to resolve a mystery card. Our first player is Frederick Leon, so he is technically the one resolving the mystery card. And that card is revealed to be Late Night Experiments, Mystery Death. If Dr. Manning is still alive, roll a d6 for every ally and animal item currently in play, including unsold town items. On a roll of 5 or greater, remove it from the game. If he has been killed or he has joined the villain, move the shadow track 2 steps closer to darkness instead. And the flavor text reads, "Don't worry, it will be quick and painless." All right, I'm going to make those rolls for those items, ally and animal item currently in play, including unsold items in the town items deck. All right, the heroes currently do not have any allies or animal companions, so all those will come from the town items deck. Well, I've made rolls for a horse, captain of the watch, malicious soldier, and malicious soldier, and the only casualty was one of the other horses, so that is going to be permanently removed from play. And it looks like we got pretty lucky, really, with that card. And that's going to complete the mystery phase. I think we got actually pretty lucky with that. Last step is to move the first player marker, and that's going to move from Frederick Leon to Heinrich Cartwright, and we'll begin a new round, starting with Heinrich. Heinrich is currently at the covered bridge. He has 2 wounds, but he does have some investigation tokens. Now, the abandoned keep clue card is going to cost him 3 investigations, so if we do spend any to heal him, he won't have enough to purchase that second clue. So I think we'll see what happens with his move roll. All right, here's Heinrich's roll for move. And he rolled a 4. All right, so we have 4 movement points. And our choices would be, we're wounded. We could try to attack the living trees at the old woods. We could move to the doctor's office and use some of our limited investigation tokens to heal. Or we can just use the full 4 movement points and travel towards our destination of the abandoned keep. I think that's what we'll do. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we could stop short at the doctor's office, and even if we don't choose to heal, that would allow us to draw an event card. Maybe that's our better bet. Now, this would put us closer to getting to the abandoned keep, though, next turn, and to be able to use that secret passage. I think we'll try to build some event cards, so I will stop him short at the doctor's office, and then we're going to encounter that space, and we'll draw an event card. That event is revealed to be redemption. Choose an evil elder in play and roll a d6. On a roll of 3 plus, that evil elder is killed and immediately does a 6 fight dice attack against the villain. Or play to discard a little secret on any town elder in your hunting party to gain plus 3 fight dice for 1 attack. That is a great card, and especially with the Shadow Witch's Hypocrisy Revealed ability, that would give us a way to discard one of those little secrets, and that would limit any advantage that she might get. So we're going to put that in our events community pool of cards. That's a great card. Now, we do have the option to heal at the doctor's office, but once again, unfortunately, if I spend any of that investigation, we won't have enough to purchase our clue. So it's a little bit of a risk for Heinrich. I think we're going to have to take it because time is probably going to be against us in the long run. So that'll complete his turn. We'll move on to Abigail Stern, and she's at the manor right now. Abigail currently has 1 wound out of her 3 health boxes. She has 6 investigation, and she's attempting to get to the North Dock. So I think what we're going to do is we'll have her roll for move, but more than likely she's going to be taking the secret passage to the monastery. And here's Abigail's roll for move. She rolls a 3. All right, I think we are going to do that. We're going to spend, in lieu of the movement, we're going to spend 1 investigation, and she's going to use the secret passage and come out at the monastery on the Echo Lake board. All right, Abigail has reached the monastery. There's no enemies there, so we are going to encounter the space. We'll be drawing a monastery card. Monastery is an interesting location. It has not only, in addition to the secret passage that it connects to the manor with, but it also has a store that we can purchase items at. It's also a well-known haven for the Crimson Hand. And speak of the devil, we have Crimson Hand Initiate. Minion Man. 3 fight dice, 2 health, and the reward is 3 investigation. You must use honor instead of combat when fighting this minion. Oh. Well, unfortunately for Abigail, her honor is only a 2. So the first round of combat will be the Crimson Hand with 3 fight dice and Abigail with 2. And here's round 1 combat. All right. Unfortunately, the Crimson Hand Initiate did a hit to Abigail. She's going to take a wound. That's going to be her 2nd wound. All right. Well, I don't think we have much of a choice in the matter. We don't want her to become KO'd. So I think what we'll do is we'll have her escape to the North Dock. Now, we're not able to take any investigation when it's not during the movement phase or during our action phase because this is a result of escape, so she won't be entitled to take any of those investigation tokens. But the Crimson Hand Initiate will go away, and she's taken her 2nd wound in her turnal end. Next up in the turn is Isabella von Tuch, the noblewoman, and she's at the doctor's office. We're attempting to get her to the icy waters. She has 1 wound. Isabella's going to roll for move. And she rolls a 5, so she's got enough movement points to get to the abandoned keep if she chooses, and I believe that's what she's going to do. She'll move 1, 2, 3 to the abandoned keep. There's no enemies there, so she's going to encounter the space. And she draws the abandoned keep card, Chilling Presence, Investigation Danger. As you enter the damp passage, the temperature seems to drop. You are not alone. Make a cunning 5+ test and gain 2 investigation for each 5+ rolled. If failed, draw a haunting to fight. Oh, all right. Isabella has a cunning value of 3. So she'll be able to roll 3 dice for this cunning test. And we can only hope that she passes this. Here is the roll. And she has 1 success, thank goodness. That's going to earn her 2 investigation, and more importantly, she won't have to deal with a haunting. All right, we'll give her the 2 investigation, and that's going to bring her turn to an end. Next up is Frederick Leone, and he's currently at Smuggler's Cove, and he's attempting to get to the beach. And here's Frederick's roll for movement. And he rolls a 3. All right. We'll place that there, and we'll see where he's going to go. Well, Solomon is currently at the shipwreck. We only have 3 movement points, so that would only allow us to get to the shipwreck. And while he's there, we're at -1 fight dice, so if any fight would erupt, we would be at a disadvantage. I think he's going to take the overland route towards the town. So we'll have him move 3 spaces, 1, 2, and 3 to that road space. And I think Frederick is going to end his turn there, and we'll move on now to the mystery phase. And we're going to begin the mystery phase by moving Solomon. He's at the shipwreck, and he's moving now towards the town hall. All right. So we need to find the most direct route to the town hall. So our first step is to get to the crossroads here, and we can get there 1, 2, 3, so we won't be any faster than going through the icy waters. Solomon is definitely going to move along this road to the crossroads area, and he'll continue his movement to the town hall. So he has impacted no one during his travels. That's great. And now we're going to make our co-op mystery phase chart roll. Here's the roll. We've rolled an 11, and that says possessed by madness. Every hero must immediately roll a d6 and add their honor. Whoever has the lowest roll off if tied, must immediately engage in a single fight round with the hero that has the highest result. Roll off if tied. Each of these heroes will gain 1 investigation for every hit they do to the other. Heroes may choose to roll fewer fight dice than they are normally allowed, but not fewer than their basic combat skill. All right, I'm going to make those rolls off camera, and we'll see what the results are. And the results were Isabella has gone into madness, and she is going to attack Heinrich Cartwright. So we'll move her to the doctor's office, and they're going to engage in a round of combat. Isabella is going to be rolling the black dice. She has a combat value of 3. Heinrich has a combat value of 2. He'll be rolling the white dice. Right, here's the roll. Oh, well, Isabella has done 3 wounds to Heinrich. Heinrich has done 1 to her. Oh, well, Isabella would be KO'd unless she does something about this. So what she's going to do is she is going to gain 1 investigation for each hit that she did to Heinrich. So that's going to give her 3 investigation. He's going to gain 1 investigation for the hit he did against her. And now we're going to take care of our wounds. I think Isabella is going to use her manipulation ability. She's going to spend 1 token to cancel the 1 hit that she received. But unfortunately, Heinrich is going to be KO'd. He has no way to stop this damage, and he's KO'd. That is unfortunate. Well, when a hero is KO'd, depending upon where that happens, they're taken to either the town hall if they're on the Shadowbrook board, they're taken to the monastery if they're on the Echo Lake board, or they're taken to the town square if they're on the coast board. So villagers from the town hall find Heinrich and they drag him back to the town hall to recover. Now, part of being KO'd is you have to roll a d6, and you have to lose that amount of either a combination of allies, investigation tokens, or items. Currently, Heinrich has a total of 4 investigation. He has nothing else, so that's all he's going to be able to lose. We'll roll a d6 and find out what he loses. He loses 3, so he's going to lose 3 investigation tokens. He'll be completely healed, and he is going to stand up during I think it's step 3 of the mystery phase. Now, unfortunately, in addition to this, there is an active mystery card called Veil of Darkness. And that says, while this card is in play, anytime a hero is KO'd, move the shadow track 2 steps closer to darkness. That is not good. So that is going to advance the shadow track 2 points from 19 to 17. We're still in stage 1 of the track, but it's starting to creep down. Next step in the mystery phase is to draw a mystery card. Now, Heinrich was the first player. When he becomes KO'd, he no longer takes part in the game until he recovers. So his status as the first player would move as it normally would have, in this case to Abigail. So Abigail will be resolving this mystery card. And the mystery card is Rumors Run Rampant, Mystery Hysteria. If Sophie, the midwife, is still alive, roll a d6. Every town elder with honor equal to or less than the number rolled will gain 1 secret. All right, we'll make the roll. Roll is a 4. All right. Equal to or less than 4, those elders are going to receive an additional secret. So that means that Lady Hanbrook, Reverend Harding, Dr. Manning, Magistrate Croft, the Widow Jessica, and Mayor Carver are all going to receive an additional secrets card. Now, at any time, if an elder has 3 or more unrevealed secrets, we must reveal them. And unfortunately for us, Mayor Carver and the Widow Jessica now have 3 secrets each, so we're going to have to reveal those. And wherever it leads us, that's where it's going to go. We'll begin with Mayor Carver. We're going to reveal these one at a time. If any of the secrets come up with the keyword evil, we will keep all of those cards and discard any non-evil cards, and the elder will more than likely become an evil elder. We'll begin with Mayor Carver and we'll reveal his secrets. First one is a little secret, drunkard. Locked behind closed doors, this town elder drinks into a stupor on a nightly basis, often emerging just in time to soil the front stoop. This card is of no consequence to the investigation and no effect. All right, so far so good. Here's the next one. On the hunt, secret, reveal immediately. Place the marker for this town elder on the board in any named space of your choice. While in the same space as this town elder, a hero may add the elder's spirit, cunning, and or honor to his own for any card effect or test. Anytime the shadow track crosses into a new stage, move the elder to a new random location. If this secret is discarded or the town elder killed, remove their marker from the board. All right, here is his 3rd secret. And this is Hero of the People. Reveal immediately. This town elder joins you as an ally. Place the town elder card by your hero character sheet. While they are with you, you gain their special ability and may use their spirit, cunning, or honor instead of your own for any card effect. Anytime the shadow track crosses into a new stage, or if you are KO'd, this town elder leaves you, returning to its normal position. If this town elder is currently not joined with a hero, any hero may pay 4 investigation as an action to have their town elder join them. All right, in this case, we resolve these cards in the order that they were resolved. So the first one was the On the Hunt. That will take precedence over the Hero of the People. So we're going to place his marker on the board in any named space. And then he's going to move according to the whims of the shadow track. And I'm going to choose to place Mayor Carver at the inn. Maybe he can help out in any encounters there with those living trees there in the militia. All right, now we'll move on to the Widow Jessica's secrets. And here's the first secret for the Widow Jessica. And that one is Coward. The town elder has gone through life with a boastful roar and an arrogant bravado. In reality, when confronted with the most trivial of threats, they are reduced to a whimpering, quivering lump, just as likely to soil themselves as they are to run screaming into the night. While a part of the hunting party, roll a d6 at the start of each showdown fight round. On the roll of 1, 2, or 3, the town elder runs away screaming. Return the town elder to its normal position. All right. And the next card. Shadow's puppet, secret evil. The elder's mind has been taken by the dark evil of the villain, twisted and controlled to do terrible things. If revealed, the town elder immediately flips to become an evil elder and joins the villain. While this evil elder is alive, move the shadow track one step closer to darkness at the start of each showdown fight round. All right, we have one card left, and we'll see what that is. And that's a little secret, a second life. With a penchant for week-long excursions into the bustling city nearby, the town elder does not speak of what dark treasures their ill-gotten wealth can provide, or what dark influences they may have brought back with them. This is of no consequence to the investigation and no effect, but Widow Jessica is now become the collector. All right, so all of the cards, all of the secrets that are not keyword evil are discarded. And she is going to become the collector, and we're going to place her on the Shadow Witch's stand, and that is a puppet for the Shadow Witch. And that's going to complete the mystery phase. And to make matters worse, Heinrich was KO'd during the mystery phase. That means he has to wait until he'll be KO'd until the next mystery phase where he'll stand up. So he misses his complete turn coming up. The first player marker has been moved to Abigail, and she'll retain that for the coming turn. All right, we're going to begin a new round, and we'll begin with our new first player, Abigail Stern. She's at the North Dock. All right, Abigail's going to roll for move. Roll is a 6. All right. Well, I think what she's going to do, we can remain in the same space, but if we do that, it's called lingering, and we have to make a d6 roll on a result of 1. Then we have to roll on the minion chart. So we don't want to linger if we don't have to. So I think what we'll do, I reposition the camera so you can see the movement that I was planning. We have 6 movement points. She's going to use 3 to cross the lake to the South Dock, where she's going to pick up 1 investigation. And for another 2 movement points, she's going to cross the lake again and move into the very dangerous Forgotten Island. There are no minions there, so Abby is going to encounter the space. We'll draw a Forgotten Island card. And she draws the card Journal Pages, Investigation Journal, 14th of March, 1723. I have burned the boat so that none of us may leave this forsaken place. We cannot risk letting this curse get back to the settlements. None of the men will hazard swimming this lake, not after what happened to Samuel. Make a cunning 4+ test and gain 2 investigation for every 4+ rolled. All right. Abigail has a cunning of 3. So we're going to have her make that roll. She'll be rolling 3 dice. And here's her cunning 4+ test. And she's got 2 successes. So she's going to gain a total of 4 investigation. That is awesome. We definitely took a little risk there because Abigail had 2 wounds on her. And the Forgotten Island is a very dangerous location, but it worked to our favor. So we've gained now a total of 10 investigation. Abigail is going to spend, her next action will be to heal. And she's going to spend a total of 6 investigation. And she's going to heal the 2 wounds that she had from the previous turns. That'll leave her with 4 investigation. And she's attempting to get to the North Dock and get her clue. So we'll save that for her next turn. That's going to complete her turn. And we'll move on now to Isabella von Tuch. Isabella is currently at the doctor's office. She has a total of 6 investigation, but she is carrying 1 wound. So we'll make a roll and see what happens. And here's Isabella's roll for move. And she rolls a 5, so she's got 5 movement points. And I think we will head her to the abandoned keep. 1, 2, and 3, and she reaches the abandoned keep. Now we can take our actions in any order that we choose. We don't have to encounter the space first or second or third. It can be at any time during the turn. So I think what we'll do is Isabella is going to spend 3 investigation, and she's going to heal the 1 wound that she does have. That'll leave her with 3 investigation, and we still have enough to pay for her travel through the secret passage if need be. Her next action will be to encounter the space. And that card is revealed to be, don't pull the chain! Investigation, danger. For the love of all that is holy, leave it be. Get everyone out of here. I have to stop this evil one way or another. Make an honor and spirit 6+ test and gain 4 investigation for every 6 rolled. If failed, immediately take D6 wounds and move the shadow track 2 steps closer to darkness. Oh, that's a tough card. All right, Isabella's combined honor and spirit is a total of 5, 2 honor and 3 spirit. So she'll be able to make a roll with 5 dice, and she's looking for at least 1 6. And here is her combined honor and spirit 6+ test. And mercifully, she has a 6. That is great. It's going to stop that shadow track from moving, and it's going to stop her from having to take wounds. Now, she has a success that'll gain her 4 investigation. That is great. That'll move her up to 7 investigation, and that I think will end her turn there, and we'll move on to Frederick Leone. He is on the road just south of the stone bridge. All right, Frederick Leone currently has 1 investigation token, and he's unwounded. He did pick up a relic and a smuggler's blade. He's attempting to get to the beach, and that's where his clue can be found. And here's Frederick's roll for move. He's rolled a 5. So that gives him 5 movement points, and I think we can make the beach. That will be just fine. So I think he will go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and he enters the beach area. Now, part of the coast board, especially in the town of Tidewater, we have to draw a village encounter card before we do anything else in encountering that space. So now that there's no minions there, we are going to encounter the space, and we have to start by drawing a village encounter card. This is the Tidewater Village Encounter deck. Now this operates a little differently than some of the other decks. Any cards that are in this are put back into the deck and reshuffled for the next time you visit the town, unless it's a keep card of some kind, like if there was an item or an ally or something, but otherwise those are put back into the deck and can be redrawn in the future. We'll give this deck a cut, and then we're going to draw the top card and resolve that. And we get Stolen in the Night, Village Encounter. One of the townspeople has gone missing. Taken violently into the night from their home, the briny stench of death still hangs in the air. Choose a Tidewater town space and place a wound there. The game text on that space may not be used. Remove this marker the next time the shadow track crosses into a new stage. All right, so we are going to place a wound token on any one of the town spaces in Tidewater. So we'll pick one that we might not use, and I think more than likely we probably won't use the dock. So we'll place it there. This card will be shuffled back into the Tidewater encounter deck and could be drawn again in the future. All right, the other option we have at the beach now that that encounter is done is the Widow's Cottage. It allows us to either heal 1 wound or cure a curse on a D6 roll of 5 or 6. So Frederick won't be able to utilize any of those, but what he will do is he is going to spend, no he won't. I made a mistake. Frederick's clue is going to cost him 2 investigation. He only has 1. So we're going to have to send Frederick somewhere to pick up some investigation and then return to the beach. Oh, that was a bad mistake on my part. Oh, all right, so he cannot attempt that clue at this point, so I guess his turn is going to end. That was a bad oversight on my part. Well, next up would be Heinrich Cartwright, the Drifter, but unfortunately he is KO'd at the Town Hall in Shadowbrook, so his turn is forfeit. That is going to complete the heroes' turns. We're going to move on now to the mystery phase. The first step of the mystery phase is to move Solomon. We'll draw a layer card and find out where he's moving to. He's currently at the Town Hall. And Solomon is going to be moving to the monastery. All right, so he's going to take the most direct path to the monastery. So he's certainly going to move through the magistrate's office, the covered bridge to the crossroads. And as the water paths don't affect minions to move, he will take the south dock and move through there to the monastery. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And he moves to the monastery with no trouble for us. Our next actionable step is KO'd heroes will revive. So Heinrich will stand up and he's ready for action at the town hall for the next turn. Next up is our cooperative mystery phase chart roll. Here is the roll. And we've rolled a 7, and we've seen that before. That's Surge of Evil. Roll once on the minion chart and work out the result. If it is a minion or if the villain attacks, draw a random location for placement. All right, we're going to make a d6 roll and consult that minion chart. The roll is a 6, and that's a Shadow Witch attack. So once again, we're going to draw a random location, and if there is an investigator at that location, the Shadow Witch will attack. If not, we're going to place 2 investigation at that location, and the shadow track will move 1 step closer to darkness. All right, we'll make our draw for the random location, and that's going to be at the windmill. All right, no one is currently at the windmill, so the Shadow Witch is going to move to that location. There's no one there to encounter, and we're going to place 2 investigation tokens there. And unfortunately, the shadow track is going to move 1 step closer to darkness. So that is going to move the shadow track into another stage, and the Shadow Witch now gains a +2 health token as it moved into that stage. So we are going to add a +2 health token to the Shadow Witch. It's going to put her total health now at 22. And as we've moved into a new stage on the shadow track, Mayor Carver is going to move to another random location. This time Mayor Carver is going to the Old Woods. We'll move him there. Mayor Carver is on the hunt and he moves to the Old Woods. All right. And now it's our mystery card draw phase. Abigail is the current first player, so she will be resolving the card. And that card is revealed to be, "It's struck again!" Mystery Death. The villain attacks one of the town elders. Roll a d6. On a roll of 4+, the town elder with the lowest honor is killed. Each hero gains 1 investigation. All right. So we're going to roll a d6. And on a result of 4+, the town elder with the lowest honor is going to be killed. All right, here is the roll. And we rolled a 1, so we are safe, and that is great. That is going to end the round. We're going to move the first player marker from Abigail Stern to Isabella Von Tuch, and we would be ready to start another round. And I think we're going to end the episode here. During this episode, the heroes have been able to accumulate some investigation, but they still only have 1 clue token, and that one is possessed by Heinrich Cartwright. We're having trouble being able to travel to these locations, so I might have to think about getting some transport for these heroes, and that might help. That'll give them a +1 to movement, and maybe we can get to these locations a little quicker. Well, thanks very much for joining me for episode 2 of our playthrough of Touch of Evil 10-year anniversary edition versus the Shadow Witch, the ghost of Elaine Bartlett. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a nice evening. Good night.